On Thursday, the UK Chancellor Jeremy Hunt delivered his autumn statement, in which he set out his plans to stabilise the economy, largely through tax increases. I came to the Castle Point shopping centre and asked John here whether he felt that this was the best solution to the UK's current economic situation.
Absolutely not. No, of course it's not. And all it's doing is putting us into more, well, I'd probably say the situation going on right now with tax, energy, inflation, the cost of everything is just, there's just no solution right now for what they're offering. What they're offering isn't a solution. I don't really see the benefits, but then, you know, I'm not in politics. Maybe they see something I don't. But for me, and I'm sure for many other people, life is extremely difficult right now, you know? And so, no, I don't agree. I don't know as much as maybe some, but from what I see, it's a bit of a downward spiral for the moment.
You listed a few issues there, so inflation, energy. Which would you say, for you personally, is the sort of number one issue at the moment?
Probably inflation, I should imagine, because, you know, whatever you do, everything costs. So that's probably a hard one. So inflation is definitely an area that you know, look, everything's gone up. Mortgage rates, if you look at the mortgage industry, you know, that industry is you know, starting to rise. We've had the benefits from the low rates over COVID and so on, but now, you know, Bank of England's put its base rate up, the lenders are putting their rates up. The knee-jerk reaction is to kind of stick with what you've got with your lender and your provider. However, for those people that are going to come out of their fixed-rate mortgages, you know, we're going to go into, they're going to go into further debt. So off the back of that, I mean, mortgage rates are going up in nuts, that's fair enough, because 10, 15 years ago, they were a lot higher. However, with the energy prices going up, well, they were capped, but with the energy prices being so high, you can see why we're going to go into a bit of a recession. So I think it all affects me, the whole lot. There's not one thing in particular.
So you talk about a potential future recession.
Yeah.
And there's been two very different strategies proposed as to how to either avoid or ease that. You had Mr. Kwarteng's mini budget or what have you earlier this year, which had a very different idea and set of plans to Mr. Hunt's, which he announced this week. Mm-hmm. Do you think there was an inevitability to this coming recession, or do you think there was something that could have been put forward? Was there anything Mr. Hunt could have put forward this week that you think would have averted a disaster, let's say? No?
No, I don't think you can divert what's going on. No, I don't. Could it help? Maybe, but no. We're going into some type of recession. Recessions happen every, it's hard to say, but every 20 years there's something, recession. You know, there was the 2007-2008 market caused by the financial market. You know, this one's a completely different one. I remember that last one, this one's completely different. Can anything they do avoid it? No, I don't think so. I think the fact is everything's been quite low in rates and so on, and it's going up, and that's life. And it's going to affect us all. So it's how the market reacts to offering solutions for people that are going to be financially in a difficult situation. And that would probably be the mortgage market. Because property prices have gone up, they're not stabilising, they'll probably go down. People will have equity, but will they be able to refinance? Because it's a mortgage market really that potentially, if people have equity in a property, may allow them to kind of reorganise their finances, if that makes sense. So will the lenders provide support? Who knows? I think that's going to potentially save, you know, people from going bankrupt or losing their property.
Final question then. So Mr. Hunt now leaves us with the highest tax burden in the post-war era. What do you see generally as being the positives and negatives of the UK becoming a high-tax economy?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I feel that there are other countries, especially in America and others, that have put their taxes up. You know, we're not the only ones that have done that. So were we behind the times, and are we complaining? Who knows? I think the tax situation right now is not a good thing because we're used to, you know, certain cuts and certain rates, but it depends on where that money goes and how it benefits us, how it gives us back. I'm sure they have a solution idea, but it's not ideal right now.
Perfect.
All right,
Thank you so much for your time.
brilliant, no worries.